City just beat Philadelphia 89-78 in the out. Center court, Lopowski jumps against Utah, beat Philadelphia in a tough game Saturday night by 4, 93-89. And Memphis, by the way, beat OKC 92-80. They hit 24 of 25 free throws in that game. Ace Bailey to the rack early. Shot comes a little short. Baycott with the rebound. Cam Spencer a little slip.
Kind of a broken play on the first play for the Jazz.
Push it, score it, and the bucket by Baycott. G League for the hustle of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Baycott's one of those throwback bigs as well.
Sensabaugh has not lost to Sixers. No, he's shooting a career 39% in 103 games with Utah. Memphis swept by the wow, a little hard foul there. St. George before tip-off. That shot up and down. Nice stroke, Cam.
Assembled quickly.
Well, as a rookie, he shot 37% from downtown in 25 games. He's got it again. Low pass, picks it up and throws it in. Back-to-back triples by Spencer.
Yeah, it's always nice, too, when the plays are being run to get you open. Got a couple of options on him, but Cam Spencer, right place, right time.
Quick 8-3 start. Here's Filipowski, three-point ability, you bet. Pops it up short. Grizzlies hit the floor once, twice, and the ball finds its way to Wells. Spencer, heat check, 3 for 3. Timeout. You were into the draft for the Jazz. You had to do a lot of homework. I know you do that throughout the year, wherever you may be.
Yeah.
But the process had to be really intriguing.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, when I was with the Celtics a month ago, we were drafted 28 and 30.
You saw as it pertains to trying to get the Jazz to that next level.
He's an adult. We can see it. We can see the complete game coming together in the future. And he's a great kid. He's working really hard. He's always got a smile on his face. Yeah. So we're excited about him. Walt is a little different. He played 4 years of college and most outstanding player in the Final Four, and won a national championship. So, whoa, that was nice. That was a nice shot. So obviously Walt's a lot further along at 22 years old, but he's just an amazing shooter and has a good feel for the game and a great demeanor about him.
You know, Austin, you had to do a lot of business this week as well. You moved along 3.
Some of them were not exactly fitting in some of our youth movement, and they we're excited to explore other opportunities, and we wanted to get kind of the next page for us. Staff, Scott Moore.
Taken. With Collier, real quick. What do you see, and what would you like to see more of?
Yeah, so Isaiah is obviously, physically very gifted, strong, fast. He's a very good passer. He's working on his shooting, but we're trying to teach him to be the best passer and defender he can be at his position. And take care of the ball a little better will be another
long time. Did the finals with the Pacers and OKC send any kind of a message about the youth in this league and what can happen?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a little bit of a trend of they're calling the game a little different, Earl. Yeah. They're letting us be a little more physical on defense, and you could really see it with those two teams, right? So they were up in everybody, every possession. And if that's the way we're going to call the game, which I personally enjoy, then we need to adjust as a franchise and as players.
And you got to have some high hopes.
Absolutely, and he's such a great kid and great worker. He's just going to keep getting better and better, and it's hard to be patient with these young guys, but it's just part of the process, and they're going to keep in any lineup, which every NBA team wants 5 or 6 of those guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I tell you, it's an interesting time of year. You're settling in, so are the Jazz, and you're just looking for good things and growth.
Yeah, and part of the trade today, we will get a giant trade exception, not to get too in the weeds on salary cap. But they call it, in a myriad of ways.
Austin, can't thank you enough for coming by. I know
Yes,
it's been a whirlwind tour and a lot of show for the Utah Jazz now, making some tough picks. Ace Bailey was taken just, 10 days ago, Big T?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, number 5. And you also get a look at Walter Clayton Jr. tonight.
It's so great to talk to him, just to get Jazz Nation for the most part, but for those listening to understand kind of what just to see what these players hold for the future of this franchise.
At least Bailey treated us with a 3 just when
more physical. I like it as well. And the officials, they do a good job of controlling it for the most part, but
Jazz took him 29th in the 2020. And always watch the California Classic with the Lakers and the Spurs. Throw line. He's got 4 points in the quarter. Memphis assisted, don't forget, on their first 19 field goals on Saturday. Tonight they're 7 of 7 in that category. Backside rebound, Sensabaugh. Ball comes loose. Here's Wells, one hot to the rim, off the glass, tapped up, and Spencer at the line. Sensabaugh drops it via.
Some players just have a knack for things. Bryce Sensabaugh, about his ability to be able to score and not over dribble when he needs to and make a play.
Meshack had it for a moment. Picked up Sensabaugh, front court.
Hard-nosed defender. Also get you physical buckets. Thing for Lovering is just work on his footwork a little bit quicker on both ends defensively, and his reactions on the offensive side. This is a new level for him.
That trade was just completed.
Jazz having a difficult time getting the ball in bounds.
Fleming with a little step back fall away. Philandris Fleming Jr. out of Florida. Played in Germany last year. You can play, you can basically overseas, G League, NBA, inside. Drop it in for 2, and Lovering's on the board.
Losing where the ball was, just flips it right in over the rim.
Ace Bailey rushes into front court to the corner. Sensabaugh took 3:02 to play. Fast moving first quarter. They go to Sensabaugh just off his fingertips.
Not at all.
I'd say they welcome players here with open arms. Lovering lost that.
Picking up in that half court again like we saw him last night, but Jazz need to get in their sets, find some good looks.
Here's Filipowski. Spins baseline, shut down, double teamed, and he throws it away.
Jazz his 6th turnover.
Collier remains on the sideline, not available to come in. There's a shot, flip, struggled, lost it, throws it back to Memphis, and there's a foul. Down.
Thing for a young group is communication. Use your voice.
Right now, going fast. Get yours at NBAevents.com. 1 out of 2. Fleming Jr. Collier now back on the floor, running the show at the point. Sonogo hands it off to Harkless. He hits the floor.
Well, there's no doubt, guys, that it was the best years of my basketball career. You know, for me and the Foster family, we found a home. We played ball the right way. We were tough. I thoroughly enjoyed my time here. We still have a lot of incredible friends here. So,
well, it's good to see you back. You and I had a chance to play together.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
You know, as you've been around this league as a player, as a coach, as a scout, all the things you've done, you've seen this league evolve. It's a young league now.
Yeah.
Right? Talk about what you've seen, all this talent coming in.
Yeah, I guess, you know, someone said it to me earlier today that when we were young, people were talking about us and how different it was, and, you know, how different of kids we were, and so I'm always saying that, but it's just look at these guys when I was their age, they look nothing like that.
Me either.
I still don't. I don't think I ever did. So, but yeah, it's incredible. I'm looking at their bodies, and I mean, they're crazy mature.
Yeah.
So yeah, we always love coming back to visit. You know, we had a special culture, you know, before culture was really. And I think it's important that, you know, like you said, Quincy's doing a great job of getting guys back, keeping guys in the loop. you know, what everybody misses when they're done playing is that sense of locker room, that sense of fraternity. And so the franchises that they do the best job, and I'll just give a shout out to Pat Riley. He's always done a great job of building that thing that way. It's important.
Yeah, real quick, how many times did you two hear, bring your lunch pail to work?
You know, I was tired of hearing tuck your string on your shoulder. Hell of a hard worker. You know, there may have been some questions initially early on about that, but he works at it. He's going to be fine, and I think he's going to. I know there's some controversy about surrounding whether he wanted to be here or not, but he's going to love it here. You know, as I did, as you did, and we're all still here.
Yeah,
right?
we're here.
It's all good. Yeah.
What's your thoughts too on Filipowski? Big T. You know, we were intrigued with his size, his three-point ability, as Cody goes strong inside.
I'm sure he would have been able to finish like he did last year, like we just saw him. But I want to ask you about a guy like Walter Clayton Jr., because it seems nowadays if you decide to stay in college for a little longer, because this is a young league, it may hurt you a little bit. What are your thoughts there?
Well, you know, I think you're going to see that evolution change a little bit, T. It says, you know, because guys are staying, I think the NBA is going to get used to that. Now, you're always going to have the ultra. Might, you know, be lucky to be a second-round pick. I think because so many more guys are staying a little bit longer, we're going to see that change a little bit.
NIL, baby.
Here's Flip for three off the wing. Good look. Rebound. Nicely done. Ace. Step back, Jay.
Pretty shot.
Wow. Best I've seen in his 2 games.
And he earned that one. He let it come to him. Got a big offensive rebound. Second opportunity. Just a nice little fade on that jumper. Good defense there, too.
Yeah, Cody stepped right in front of that pass of G.G. Jackson. Tried to wrap it behind his back. Out front, Filipowski. Here's Harkless. 7 minutes to play in the first half. Elijah Strong. Start for Ace Bailey. Last year.
Definitely talented. Again, like a lot of players who have got to readjust and figure out the consistent role you're going to play defensively and on the offensive end.
Knocked down by Filipowski. He's got it back inside, left hand. Grabs it with his right, one bounce, puts it back up.
Yeah, because the defense has picked up, Bowler. They're a little more aggressive on the defensive side, and in turn, they get more aggressive on the other end.
Spencer.
Smooth right there.
Boy, he is so wicked. He's in the first quarter. He's got 13 in his pocket. He shot 37% from downtown last year as a rookie, and he is red hot in Salt Lake. There's Bailey down on the block. Turns, puts up a shot. Sweet, a little short, but a good stroke. And Cam Spencer comes out of the pack across midcourt.
Yeah, and that's a good decision by Ace Bailey to take that shot. He had daycare down there with the smaller Spencer on him.
There's Clayton Jr., rookie out of Florida. Try to go into traffic. Drop the handle. G.G. Jackson open for 3.
Getting up and down. Look at Cody Williams reciprocating with his own 2 on the dunk.
Just a little better pace than what we saw in that opening game.
Develop some kind of identity on both sides, right? Is it physicality on the defensive side, right? Is it execution on the offensive side?
Jones gave it a run to the rim. Around and out by the Gonzaga rookie. That shot skips off the rim. Under 5 to play in the first half. Cam Spencer wiggles loose. He'll take another 3 up and out. The putback, nicely done. Block taken away by Sanogo.
Great D.
Cross-court pass, catch and shoot. Ace
down. It was a chest-high release.
Got his first assist, Lauren Green.
Well, yeah, guys, you just saw that connection between Collier and Bailey, and that was a familiar face for Ace when he got drafted to the Utah Jazz. They go all the way back. He's a pass-first type point guard.
Wells strides inside, got another whistle. Memphis playing some tough defense, backcourt pressure. Jazz break it, Ace. Barely to the right. They connect again for the second time. Collier.
Spencer was trying a little break, but they're not going to listen to me.
No, they're not. Pulling against Cody. Gigi Jackson rolls to the rim. Out front, Jones. Pulling the bounce. 2 on the shot. Just got it away. And now Collier strides into front court. He's got a wicked first step. Ball strip. Jazz on an 8-1 run over the last 2 minutes. 3.5 to go before halftime. Spencer's been one of the big storylines. Knocking down triples, 14 in all. Jones up and out. Bailey climbs for the rebound. He's got 8 points in his pocket. That matches his point total in game 1. Sensabaugh takes his seat. Spencer. Possession, Utah. Here's Collier. Second year out of USC. Played alongside Bronny James. Dribbles between the legs. Takes a bump down low. A little dish to the corner. 3 balls away. This time Sensabaugh short. Spencer strides into front court. He'll lob it down low. And a give me a bunny at the rim. Rolled off the back edge by Jalen Wells. Utah the other way. And Collier will score it.
No whistle on that call. Isaiah Collier going downhill in a hurry.
Jackson picks up the miss.
Jazz defense getting it done right here.
Pulling. Cam Spencer deep. Got it.
Yeah, you cannot give him. He gets his feet assembled quickly and is so confident on that 3.
He's hit 5 of 6 from downtown. On a 17-point first half for Spencer in just 11 short minutes. Cody Williams squares up. Rims out. Got a loose ball.